Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome again to another enlightening episode of Pariprashna, episode number 25. So, in the previous episode, we discussed how Krishna was leaving Hastinapura and he was departing to Dvaraka. So, it was quite a sad scene. All the devotees were feeling so much separation from the Lord, and all the beautiful prayers by the women of Hastinapura. It was quite a sight to behold. So, today it's going to be quite contrast to that. The chapter that we are going to start with, that is chapter number 11. Krishna, as he's entering Dwaraka, we see the same intense ecstatic devotion, but in a different mood, the mood of union. So we will get into that, and also, if time permits, we will also discuss yet another amazing chapter, chapter number 12 from Canto 1 of Srimad Bhagavatam, that describes the birth of Emperor Parikshit. So we have a lot to cover. So without further ado, let's go ahead and continue to inquire from His Grace Kamala Lochan Prabhu about these timeless teachings and what is the relevance for current times. So, Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Krishna.
So, Prabhu, like I just mentioned in the introduction, just in the previous chapter, we saw this intense outpouring of love and devotion from the Hastinapura Vasis towards Krishna as he was departing to Dwaraka. And now, Sutta Goswami is such a brilliant narrator. The way he describes in this chapter, it is so visual. It is like watching a movie. So the way Krishna enters, him blowing the conch shell, and all the Dwarakavasis leaving whatever they were doing and rushing towards Krishna. So if you can please contrast devotion in Vipralamba Bhava, that is in the mood of separation, versus devotion in Sambhoga Bhava, that is in union.
So these are the two aspects of the same coin called prema, called love. So both are supplementing each other.
Okay.
Though they seem to be contrary, but there is a mutual relationship between each other. That is union and separation. That is Sambhoga, and then there is Vipralamba, Vyoga and Samyoga. So how is it? How are they related? When there is union, then separation is felt in the heart. And there is external union, there is internal separation. When there is external separation, there is internal union.
Okay.
This way, both nourishes the prema. That is why these two things, that is union and separation, they are constantly alternating with each other. And among these two, separation is topmost, because in separation, there is a deep internal union felt. Externally, there is described a separation, but internal union. And the internal union between the devotee and Krishna is so strong that the devotee goes mad. What is that madness? He wants to see all the forms of Krishna, millions of forms of Krishna at the same time. If you are with Krishna face to face, you can only see one form of Krishna. But in separation, multitude, many forms of Krishna, many words of Krishna, many pastimes of Krishna, they manifest in that split second. That is why the songs of separation, the gopis experienced, they become the prana for the entire Bhagavatam. There are 5 major songs in separation from Krishna in the Bhagavatam sung by the gopis. Venu Gita. Venu Gita is also a song of separation. Then you have the Pranaya Gita. Krishna is in front, but still they are experiencing separation. Because Krishna rejected them. You all go back. So that very thought of rejection by Krishna, separation from Krishna, made them sing these songs. And then you have Gopi Gita, Bhagavatam Canto, 31st chapter. So this Gopi Gita is also a song of separation, because they searched for Krishna everywhere. All the gopis sat on the bank of Yamuna and then started singing. And then another Gita, which is known as Yugala Gita, that is after the Purvaraga. after Sambhoga with Krishna. Then there is separation. That separation is Yugala Gita. You just cannot tolerate. So two verses together. How the gopis, their bodies were there in the Vraja. And then their minds went to the forest along with Krishna. So they're describing every activity of Krishna there in separation from Krishna. Now the fifth Gita, which is known as Brahmara Gita, that is highest level of sadness experienced by Srimati Radharani in her heart. So these are the external separation, but there is internal union. But when there is external union, there is internal separation. That is why you want to embrace the person whom you are experiencing separation from. And embrace is so tight, you want to put that person in the vacuum of your heart. So that's why both are, in one sense, non-different from each other. Though externally, they seem to be different from each other. But there is so much of science behind it in the Bhakti Rasamrita too, and it also in many literatures like Vedic Madhava and all, which talks about this union and separation. So these forms of Krishna are also depicting the separation from the gopis, that is Jagannath. Now here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna experiencing separation from Krishna. And Jagannath is the form of Krishna where he is experiencing separation from Srimati Radharani. As Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we worship Krishna in the mood of separation. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave that bhakti, which Radharani and all the gopis did when Krishna left Vrindavan. Of course, Krishna doesn't leave Vrindavan, but when he had manifested himself and made the experience of Vipralambha Rasa, so that bhakti which Radharani and the gopis did, that is the bhakti, that is the cry, which is translated in the form of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So the mood in which the Gaudiyas worship Krishna is in the mood of separation. Because internal union is there. So externally, the philosophy is that we say separation is superior to union. But the actual philosophy is, the actual union is only in separation. That is why separation, Vipralambha is superior to external Vipralambha is superior to external Sambhoga. Yeah.
Very deep and very beautiful, Prabhu. So, Prabhu, just a follow-up question on the separation part. So, here we see in this chapter, Dvaraka Vasis are glorifying Krishna, and in one of the verses they are saying, "O lotus-eyed Lord, whenever you go away to Mathura, Vrindavana, or Hastinapura to meet your friends and relatives, every moment of your absence seems like a million years. O infallible one, at that time, our eyes become useless as if bereft of sun." And just now we were talking about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in the Shikshashtakam that Mahaprabhu has given also, in the 7th verse, Yugayitam nimeshena chakshusha pravrushayitam shunyayitam jagat sarvam govinda virahena me. So here Mahaprabhu is also saying Yugayitam nimeshena. In the absence of Krishna, even one nimisha is seeming like a yuga. Why are we not separating? Why are we not feeling this kind of separation?
Because we don't have love. So there is a cry in separation from Krishna. There are two kinds of cries. One is cry in separation from Krishna out of love. Other one is cry out of separation from Krishna without having love for Krishna. So what we are experiencing is that cry without love. And of course we are separated from Krishna. But that cry is without love. That is the difference between you want to suffer separation from Krishna. There are two kinds of suffering. One suffering is the suffering out of love. That suffering is the highest. Other suffering is the highest misery, because this separation is without understanding or without experiencing the love for Krishna. That's right. Like a child cries for the mother out of love. And when the mother is no more, and he also cries because there is no mother. There's a difference.
Nice. So, Prabhu, in a couple of shlokas here, I'll just quote and read the translation. Tatropanita balayo raver deepam ivadritaha atma ramam purnakamam nijalabhena nityada prityutfulla mukah prochur harsha gadgadaya gira vitaram sarva suhridam avitaram ivarbhakaha. The citizens arrived before the Lord with their respective presentations, offering them to the fully satisfied and self-sufficient one who by his own potency incessantly supplies others. These presentations were like the offering of a lamp to the sun, yet the citizens began to speak in ecstatic language to receive the Lord just as wards welcome their guardian and father. So Krishna is very nicely described. He is Atma Rama. He is already self-sufficient. He is fully satisfied. He does not need anything. However, the citizens of Dvaraka are bringing all these presentations and gifts. So what is the meaning of offering our own gifts, service, honor to Krishna when he actually doesn't need them? He is Atma Rama.
You don't offer to Krishna because he needs, because you need it.
Okay.
That is why in the temples we don't have dan peti. That is a wrong word to be used. Who are you to give dan to Krishna? Krishna doesn't require your dan, and neither you are qualified to give dan to Krishna. Dan is given to somebody who is impoverished. Krishna is Lakshmipati. Why does he require your dan? Actually, we give dan to Krishna not because it is dan, it is because of priti bhet, means it is a loving offering. The loving gift, what you give to Krishna, is an expression of love to Krishna. So when you go to somebody's house or a birthday party, the person is very rich, and his son is also very rich, he's a millionaire. But when you go to his house, you take a small toy or something like that as a gift. Is it because that person requires it? No. Even in the material dealings also, we have this offering gift to people. So it's actually gift to Krishna. So he's Atma Ramam. He doesn't require. He's Atma Rama. He's self-satisfied. Neither he has a desire that you give something. He's Purna Kama. Purna Kama means the moment he desires, all his desires are fulfilled. For us, to fulfill our desire, we have to work hard. Then only our desires are fulfilled. The Krishna, to fulfill his desire, he doesn't have to do anything else except desiring. That is why he is known as Satya Sankalpa, Satya Kama. The moment he takes Sankalpa, I want to do it, it is done. So Krishna is very frustrated, he doesn't have anything to do. Nadasya karyam karanam cha vidyate. At the same time, Krishna is the Purna Kama. The moment he desires, the desire is fulfilled, so he is also frustrated. How much a person can desire? So that is why he keeps the desire of fulfilling the desire of the devotees to serve him. So that is why Krishna has a desire to fulfill the desire of the devotees, because if he has to fulfill his own desire, that is done just like that. Just by desiring it happens. Just imagine, the moment you desire to eat something, your stomach is full. How frustrating it is. You just cannot eat anything. Okay, I want to eat rasgullas, gulab jamuns, puris and that, and then you make a list. The moment it's already there in your stomach. It's very frustrating. So that is why the best thing to do at the time is that if you have a siddhi like this, just by desiring, your whole desire is fulfilled. The desire is to fulfill other desires, others' desires. So then you have something to do. That is why Krishna is always interested in fulfilling the desire of the devotees. So though Krishna is Atma Rama, still you give, because Krishna is hungry for not the gift, what you give. He is hungry for your bhakti. Though he is Atma Rama, but still he is Gunatmanaha. Nirgunaha Gunatmanaha. Though he is Nirguna, he is Atma Rama, he is beyond the modes of nature, but he is Gunatmanaha. He is fully intoxicated by to drink the love which the devotees have for him. And the more he drinks that beverage of love which the devotees have in their heart, he is still unsatisfied. He is craving, Krishna is craving for that love. not the objects of love. So different devotees, they express their love in different ways. And the best way what we can do at the Sadhaka is to offer to Krishna. So what we do is not giving to Krishna. We don't give to Krishna. We offer to Krishna and request him to accept it. That is why when you offer something to Krishna or elders, you don't offer the fruits with your hands. You don't give it with your hand. Take the and give. This is called giving. And you take a plate and then put the fruits there. This is called offering. So one is giving. That means where your hand is up. Your hand is up. When you give, you take. So Krishna is the one who is taking, receiving, taking from you. His hand is down. But when you're offering, your hand is low. And that person accepts it. So Krishna's hand is always up. So what you can do is not give to Krishna, but you can offer to Krishna and request him to accept it. So there are two things here. One is I am giving an object to you. Number one is two. Number two is and I'm giving an object for you. So if you can really think of the difference between these two, then you have subtle intelligence. In Hindi, if you say it is aap ko diya, aap ke liye diya. There's a lot of difference. So you cannot give to Krishna, but you can give for Krishna.
Wow.
To means that I can only give to other individual because that thing doesn't belong to me. And when I give that thing to the other person, that doesn't belong to that person also. It is only for a temporary period of time. When I say I am giving it for you, that means it is yours now. It is not mine anymore. That is why in the yajna, when we say, idam Krishna, idam Namama, Sri Krishna Swaha, idam Krishna, idam Namama, idam Krishna, this is Krishna. It is not mine. That means this is for Krishna. It is not two. So when you are offering, actually you are offering for Krishna, not to Krishna. So offering for means you are putting your hands like this. Krishna, please accept. You giving to means I am giving it to Krishna. Then when I given now, I can take it back later. But when your hand is down like this and you are offering for Krishna, your hand is down, another person takes it and it's just over. So these are the subtleties in understanding and offering for Krishna. It is not to Krishna, it is for Krishna. So what are you offering for Krishna? Already that object belongs to him. But what exactly are you offering if it is already belonging to him? You are offering your love in the form of that object. That becomes an object of flower, patram, phalam, toyam, yome, bhaktya. What you are offering is actually your love. An object is only a nimitta of the expression of your love. That's all. That makes Krishna very happy. Like a father who sends the child to a picnic, giving him 1,000 rupees. And the father, the child comes back, and there is the father. Father, I got a gift for you. He gives a 10 rupee pen. Father becomes very happy. So why? Because he thought that I should offer something to my son. Thought I should offer something to my father. So the next time the father becomes so happy and gives 5,000 rupees. Take my life. Actually, it is his own money. But he thought that the same way what all we have, our house, our money, our wealth, our property, every intelligence, every skill, everything is actually Krishna. And what are we doing? We are offering for Krishna. Not because Krishna wanted. Because if we want, Krishna should accept it. It is our not only want, it is our need. Every individual's, every conditioned soul's need is that Krishna accepts our offering, accepts our sankalpa.
Mm.
So when you are giving something to Krishna, you are happy because Krishna has accepted it.
Mm.
Not because I gave and because of me some benefit has happened to the other person, Krishna or the temple or the sadhu. No, by offering, I am benefited,
Mm.
not the person whom you are offered to. Why are you benefited? Because the person has accepted the offering.
Mm.
Sometimes people invite us to their house, and suppose if we don't go there to their house, and they feel very bad.
Mm.
Oh, you not accepted our offering.
Mm.
So this is how it is. They feel very bad. We are not accepted our offering because they feel that we benefit. We are benefited by you accepting the offering.
Mm. A brilliant explanation of the subtleties, Prabhu. I guess that is why Purandara Dasaru sang Kereya Neeranu Kerege Chelli. Like you go in front of Ganga, same Ganga water, simply you're carrying, again you're pouring it to the same, but just that act of offering is beneficial to us. Very
Yes,
nice.
same example is given in the sun.
Mm.
You can only offer lamp to the sun. What is
Yeah.
sun doesn't require your lamp to be illuminated,
Mm.
but it is the way you express your love.
Right. Very nice, Prabhu. So, Prabhu, Dwaraka, the way Suta Goswami describing how grand it is, the grandeur of Dwaraka, we can only imagine. So, saying the city of Dwarakapuri was filled with the opulences of all seasons. There were hermitages, orchards, flower gardens, parks, and reservoirs of water, breeding lotus flowers all over. And Prabhupada also writes a wonderful purport here. So, contrasting to this, present day, many of us are living in concrete jungles, skyscraper buildings. So it does affect our consciousness. So how does the place where we live, whether it is the city or village or wherever we are living, how does it affect our consciousness and spiritual well-being?
In the Vedic system of our ashrama, there are some people who live in the cities, there are some people living in jungles, but the rules and regulations are different. So it is not that there were no cities
Okay.
in the Vedic times, but the cities were not the way the present day cities are there.
Mm.
Are well-designed cities. If you see Dvaraka, the design is well-designed. If you go to Ayodhya, there's a description. The whole of Ramayana actually starts with a description of Ayodhya.
Correct.
And the most important part of a city is security.
Mm.
So big cities require a lot of security because when some attack happens, then that is the first thing required for every citizen is security. So Dwaraka, even Ayodhya, the description goes that how the king made enough security for the citizens. Then comes the roads and the sanitation, etc., etc. So they should be proper according to Vastu.
Mm-hmm.
Vastu is not some mystic science. It is a science of nature. So if somebody follows the Vastu and then builds their buildings, it may be 10-story building or it can be any story building. Ravana had 10-story building, but perfectly according to Vastu. So if you follow the science of Vastu, then you can choose to live in a city, choose to live in a village, choose to live in a forest. There is Janapada in city, there is Grama, there are so many different designations given for different kinds of, like you have A class city, B class city, C class city, and towns and municipalities. Like that, in a Vedic system also, they are all there. It is not that cities are not there. Actually, those cities, Dwaraka, are more, all Puri, Jagannath Puri, Dwaraka Puri, Maya Puri, they are more prosperous than the present day cities. They had high level of sanitation, not the present day. You just go anywhere, it stinks like anything.
Yes.
Everywhere it stinks garbage. But it is not like that. They're all well planned. It's our illusion to think that Vedic means some small hut and some stone, some mud. No, no, no. Vedic means opulence. But opulence is different in the city, opulence is different in village. But it was opulent. Pillars were filled with diamonds and jewels. Now what are using? Concrete. It's going to break down. New building, it developed cracks within a year. One rain is enough. What opulence? You may live in a 4 crore flat, but everything is flat there after a few years. Yeah.
Okay, very nice, Prabhu. And also the way Dvaraka was lit up and decorated for welcoming Krishna is so beautiful. Gopuradvara margeshu krita kautuka toranam chitradvaja patakagrair anta pratihata tapam. The city gateway, the household doors and festooned arches along the roads were all nicely decorated with festive signs like plantain trees, mango leaves, all to welcome the Lord. Flags, garlands, and painted signs and slogans all combined to shade the sunshine. Next two shlokas also. Sammarjita Mahamarga Ratya Panakachatvaram Siktam Gandajalairuktam Phalapushpakshatankuraihi. The highways, subways, lanes, markets, and public meeting places were all thoroughly cleansed and then moistened with scented water. And to welcome the Lord, fruits, flowers, and unbroken seeds were strewn everywhere. द्वारि द्वारि गृहाणां च दध्यक्षतफलेक्षुभिः अलङ्कृतां पूर्णकुम्भैर्बलिभिर्धूपदीपकैः. In each and every door of the residential houses, auspicious things like curd, unbroken fruits, sugarcane, and full water pots with articles for worship, incense, and candles were all displayed. So, Prabhu, their decoration is so simple, sacred, and natural. But present day, there is so much use of plastic and all these glittery, shiny things and artificial lights. There is so much of wastage. So how can we move back to the extent possible in becoming more natural in the way we decorate, whether it is for birthdays or weddings or even festivals or even in the temples for that matter?
So let me start with the temple. And every time when there's a festival, when I give a class, then I see those flowers which are used, especially the orchids. I openly say this is no better than stool and urine.
Oh.
Because you need to be very fanatic and you need to be very harsh in trying to destroy people's faith and in the illusion that these things are all nice. The problem is what is good, the definition itself has become very distorted. So they say we are offering something very good to Krishna, very beautiful to Krishna. Definitely the orchid looks very beautiful. But they are papa pushpas. They are sinful flowers. They are sinful trees because the 13th verse clearly says, Punya Vriksha Latashamahi. If there is Punya Vriksha, means there is Papa Vrikshas also. So, how can you say this is Punya Vriksha and this is Papa Vriksha? It is very simple. That is, they should be giving fruits and flowers. Highest trees and creepers giving fruits and flowers. Latashramaihi. Sarvato Sarva Vibhava Punya Vriksha Latashramaihi. Udyanopavanaramair Rita Padmakarashriyam. So all the trees and creepers, they were giving fruits and flowers according to season. So this is the first thing to understand, that there are Papa Vrikshas and Punya Vrikshas. Unfortunately, what has happened is because of the intervention of the so-called modern science, the Punya Vrikshas, Latas, they have also become Papa because of your intervention. I still remember in early, late 90s and started going to Vrindavan once a year during Kartik. You just had to pass in front of the temple. From the road itself, the fragrance of the flowers the deities are where you can experience that. But now, you take that rose flower, put in your nose also, still you don't get the fragrance.
Mm.
But to look, they look very, very nice from far. Why? Because of the interference of this, of artificial, what we call genetic,
hybridization,
genetically modified, hybrid seeds. So very unfortunate situation.
Yeah.
In our childhood, whenever there was some festival, there were two things which we used to, that is banana trees, plantain trees, Dvaraka jar, and then you have mango leaves, which are described here.
Yes.
So once I was talking about it in the festival, then one big donor told, "No, these things are all very cheap. I'll sponsor the entire thing if you." Then I told that these are auspicious. They told, "Oh, you don't know. You are from South India. This is not South India. We are Gujaratis here." Then I had to open this verse and told, "Dvaraka, where is it?" Of course, it is transcendental, but the middle point of Gujarat. So now see, when Krishna is welcomed in Dvaraka, what are the things which are used for decoration? It is very clear that the decoration, Dvari Grihantadhya Aksataha Phale Ikshubhihi Arangratam Purnakumbhe Balivir Dupadipakaihi. So there was sugar cane. Ikshu means sugar cane. And what else was there? There all mango leaves were there, yogurt was there, rice was there, fruits were there. And Purnakumbha was there. Sprouts were there. So these were the things which are auspicious. There are plantain trees were there. It is not that these inauspicious trees, they look like a coconut tree, but no coconut there. It's for decoration. But these are all inauspicious. The crotons, they are all inauspicious. Why have croton in your house? No, where did it come from? Your grandmother never put water in croton. Your grandmother put water in, offered water to Tulasi. So, just you get mango leaves, plantain leaves, plantain trees, and if at all you want to use some flowers, use marigold flower. That's enough. Other flowers you make garland and offer to Krishna. You're just wasting your money in something so stupid on the name of being beautiful. No. What the flower should give is not the beauty. Flower should give fragrance. Fragrance and flower is related to each other. Beauty is not, of course, this beauty is there in the natural thing. Anyway, it's up to people to use their intelligence and understand.
Okay. So as Krishna entered, now everybody, the city is all decorated, the houses are decorated, and everybody comes rushing to greet and welcome Krishna. Varamukyashcha shatasho yanaistadarshanotsukah lasat kundala nirbhata kapolavadana shriyah. At the same time, many hundreds of well-known prostitutes began to proceed on various vehicles. They were all very eager to meet the Lord, and their beautiful faces were decorated with dazzling earrings which enhanced the beauty of their foreheads. So prostitutes were there at the time of Krishna also in Dwarakapuri. Even they are coming to welcome Krishna. Hundreds of them.
So every jiva has the right to worship Krishna and welcome Krishna. And the definition of the word prostitute is different these days from the days and that days. They call prostitutes because they were into public singing and dancing, which gives entertainment to people. So they are called prostitutes. Of course, there were some category of prostitutes also who would give pleasure to men, but they were restricted to a particular place, not that it's there in every street, in every society. They were restricted. So they were generally singing the glories of Krishna. And they felt very low themselves, and they felt dainya, that we are so low born. So they had natural humility, by which they thought of our life is meant for benefit of the people in general. So that's how they are also part of a society. But not just because somebody is a part of the society, that doesn't mean they are everywhere. Like you have garbage, a part of the is required. What is the most important thing in your house? It is a dustbin. So just because a dustbin, that doesn't mean it's low class.
Yeah.
No, dustbin is utility. I'm not comparing, just giving a thing that in your house you require a dustbin. You may say, yeah, it's a dustbin, but actually the most important thing. If you don't have a dustbin, then your house itself will become a dustbin. So you respect the dustbin for its work. So in the same way, everybody in the society, every one has equal importance. Point of view. Though it is spoken higher and lower, but the treatment was not higher and lower. Definitely the jewelry is more important than the dustbin. But without the dustbin, so you treat both the same, because you have a dustbin and also you have a jewelry. Though it is more expensive and valuable, but you treat both of them with equal importance. Both are necessary. So in the same way, the Vedic system, though it talks about Taratamya, but the vision, it talks about Samadarshi. Vidyavena Sampanne Brahmane Kaviyasni Snichas Svakati. Pandita Samadarshina. This Pandita is Samadarshi. That vision is taught by the scriptures.
Okay. So the very next verse, Natanartaka Gandharvaha Sutamagada Vandinaha Gayanti Chottama Shloka Charitanyadbhutani cha. Expert dramatists, artists, dancers, singers, historians, genealogists, and learned speakers all gave their respective contributions, being inspired by the superhuman pastimes of the Lord. Thus they proceeded on and on. So what a beautiful, very instructive. Everybody, whether it was a dramatist, artist, dancer, singer, historian, orators, genealogist, everybody is offering their talent and skill in the service of Krishna, glorifying Krishna's pastimes. So Vedic entertainment was so wonderful. I was once gone for summer vacation to my native. It was just a field. I think we were plucking like this peanut plants or something like that. So my aunt's mother-in-law, very, very elderly lady, she is, in terms of literary capacity, she doesn't know how to write or how to write or read. But the way she was quoting from Mahabharata was, I was really spellbound. And not only her, in reciprocation to what she was saying, the person who was working in the farm, in the field, he is also able to reciprocate. So like this, for hours together, they were talking about Duryodhana, various characters from Mahabharata. So this was so wonderful. Why? Because they heard Bharata. 12 days continuous, they have this sequence where Harikatha they do. They will put somebody like me to shame. No book, no nothing. They will just go on and on with that simple musical instrument, inspiring everybody to chant the names of Hari. Then the Mahabharata drama, Ramayana drama. But from that, where have we come? Now, pretty much every entertainment is something that's taking people away from Krishna. So, is there anything that we can do to go back to this kind of sattvic Vedic entertainment?
Oh, what to do? Srila Prabhupada wanted the cultural revolution. So cultural revolution happens when you give preference to arts than science. Here. So earlier, if you see those degrees which great people had, of course, means materially great politicians, those who are in the, they're all BA, English honors. MA means the big thing at that time, or they are barristers. You're honored. engineering and medical was not the subjects for which they were honored for. The most intelligent class of people would do BA or MA because of arts. Gradually, what has happened is the whole world, the social culture became very gross. Gross means if somebody is able to give me gross comfort, that person is more important for me. So you have an air conditioner. Better I give preference to a person who is an air conditioning engineer than a person who is singing very nicely. So the song of Krishna, or a bhajan, or the ragas, would give comfort to the mind. It take care of the emotions, the final human sentiments. The more you tend towards the grosser enjoyment, then you say, what is this singing? No, I want an air conditioner. I'm not saying it's not required, that's required, but which you prefer? So what has happened? You have an air conditioner in your house and you're giving preference to that rather than arts. So what has happened? Your final human sentiments which you have and others in your family have, they are lowered or destroyed in one sense. So you are having a very cool atmosphere outside because of the AC, but the inside, the mind is hot. So you're fighting with each other. And then break the air conditioner. Or the TV, whatever it may be. So when the civilization values grosser intelligence, gross intelligence, then you prefer science and other things. Even the sports also. Earlier, the sports were mostly you play chess, which is more intellectual. Now it is all football, flash, gross things. So the 72 Melakarta ragas and it's all too much. Like when I asked one family, why didn't you put your daughter in Carnatic music class? Then they told, Rosie, we put her in a class. She was interested, but somehow we felt the teacher is not good. What happened? For 6 months, she's just not taught even one song. We put 6 months, we want her. I told, do you think 6 months we can learn Carnatic music? She's just doing alap and all. So this is a problem. I spoke to many Bharatanatyam teachers also. They said that we are fed up with the parents, not with the children, because they want everything quick. So they want us to teach some bhajan and then they do some movement on the stage. They don't want to go through the austerity which a dancer is supposed to go through to do it properly. So it's all gross. Gross means you want something very quick and something sensual. Final aspects of human sentiments are forgotten. Yeah, there's a big subject matter in that. You can go on speaking for hours and hours.
Yes. So, Prabhu, Krishna's striking beauty is described by Sutta Goswami, how he was entering and all that. We'll get into that. So here, this particular verse, 25th verse, Nityam nirikshamananam yadapi dvarakaukasam na vitrupyanti hidrishaha shriyo dhamangam achyutam. The inhabitants of Dwaraka were regularly accustomed to look upon the reservoir of all beauty, the infallible Lord, yet they were never satiated. So this word satiated, Prabhupada here in the purport is writing, there is something called as law of satiation. So the material beauty, Prabhupada is saying, we are satiated but not satisfied. Whereas Krishna's beauty, which is ever fresh, ever new, they are satisfied but they are not satiated. So if you can talk a little bit about this law of satiation.
Not only Krishna's beauty, even Krishna Katha, the Bhagavatam is also like that. So that is how the sages and Naimisharanya expressed their glorification of Krishna Katha by saying that it is not satisfying. So if you say to somebody, I am not satisfied, it has got two connotations to it. One is, I am not satisfied with the quantity. Other is, I am not satisfied with the quality. So when the quality is so wonderful, you are not satisfied with the quantity. When the quality is not so good, then you are very much satisfied with what you had. You are satisfied with the quantity. So in the same way, in the food also, if something is say very tasty, then you go on eating. Your stomach is filled, but your mind is not satisfied. You want to eat more. So that is the nature of something which is very wonderful. So Krishna is wonderful. Krishna is wonderful. That is why the more you see, Nityam nirikshamanam yadapi dvarakaupasam na vidripyantihi drishahasriyo damang vachutam. Damang vachutam shriyaha damaha. So Krishna is the abode of beauty. So that Krishna gives beauty to beauty. So it is not that Krishna's beauty. Krishna means beauty. There is no other word for Krishna other than beauty. So if at all something is beautiful, it is just because there is a reflection of Krishna's beauty in that. Otherwise, it is not beautiful. That is why when you see Krishna, nothing in this world becomes beautiful. Nothing is attractive. Bhuvana Sundara Shanmatamte. So our Rukmini also says the same thing. Chutva Gunan Bhuvana Sundara Shanmatamte. So Nasya Takila Thalabam Payyachita Vishadi Chittamapatrapame. So every object in this world derives beauty from Krishna. So once you see the object for some time, then what happens? You're satisfied. You don't want to see the object again. Because it's only reflecting one aspect of the beauty of Krishna. When you see Krishna, the more you see, the more beautiful he becomes. So there is always dissatisfaction. I want to see more, I want to see more, I want to see more. So there is no satisfaction. That's what it is.
Okay. So people in today's world also, Prabhu, people are chasing after beauty, people are attracted to beauty, but however, we are trying to find beauty in the external thing, whether it's art or poetry or fashion or physical appearance. So how can we shift? We are chasing beauty, but let's chase that beauty in Krishna, like you said, meditating on the transcendental beauty of Krishna. So how can we develop this higher taste and detach from the superficial attraction?
So there's nothing like material beauty. If it has been there, then the young boy who is in love with the young girl should not take divorce. Divorce has proved to this world that how this beauty of this world is not at all beauty. Otherwise, just imagine how they say, I love you, I cannot live without you, all these things they tell after some time. Then say, I cannot live with you. Where it is gone. And another one is, you don't want to see the same movie which you saw last time. So disgust. The so-called beauty of this world is actually not beauty, it's disgust. It is very disgusting. How to get that realization is very simple when you hear about Krishna. When you hear about Krishna, then you get disgusted. You feel vomit seeing the beauty of this world. Or you see Krishna's beauty is being reflected in this object or in this person. So both things happen.
Okay. So, Prabhu, it's a wonderful reciprocation, how Krishna is reciprocating to each and every one of them. And then finally, since we don't have that much time, especially with his queens. There are 16,108 queens, and Krishna's Achintya Shakti, the inconceivable potency, is that he is equally reciprocating, uniquely reciprocating with each and every one of them. So this also implies that there is no dearth in Krishna's reciprocation. We don't have to feel insecure that somebody else, Krishna, will give more attention or I will not get. So if we can talk about Krishna's ability to reciprocate uniquely with each and every one, each and every devotee.
Krishna is Balam Neelamanim. So he's like a blue sapphire, Neelamani. So when you look at Krishna or this blue jewel, from one aspect, the blue jewel looks or seems to be different.
Yeah.
From other person, looks the same money but describes differently. So the jewel reciprocates with each person in a different way, shows a different form, different flower, different features. The same way Krishna also reciprocates with each and every individual soul in a unique way. Each and every. That is why it's called. So he reciprocates with basically the 5 kinds of rasas. Shanta, Dasya, Satya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. There are some who appreciate Krishna, Shanta rasa, so Krishna reciprocates with them in that particular way. Yetha mam prapadyante tam sataiva bhajamyaham. The way a person reciprocates with Krishna, the same way Krishna reciprocates with that person. So the Dasya, there are some who are in servitude, they reciprocate Krishna in a particular way, Krishna reciprocates with them in a particular way. Same Krishna. For some he is master, for some he is friend, for some he is son, some he is lover. So this is how Krishna reciprocates with each and every soul. According to the rasa. This is called rasa. Reciprocation means rasa. The enjoyment derived by Krishna in associating with a particular devotee in a particular mood is called rasa. Krishna is raso vaisaha. He is Akhila Rasamrita Murti. Once you attain Krishna, you attain Ananda because of rasa. To establish bhakti as rasa is a special prerogative of the Gaudiyas. So many people just say, oh, bhakti means you have to do these things. But bhakti is actually rasa. The word rasa, when the word reciprocation is technically known as rasa or mellow, was not discussed within the arena of transcendentalist, because the moment you say rasa, it means it's material, the navarasas, and they would say reject it. We will discuss transcendental subject matter. But it is Rupa Goswami who was the first person to speak about rasa and defining bhakti as rasa. And that is the only subject matter of transcendence is rasa. On the material platform, the rasa is no rasa at all. So he established that in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu very nicely. Because raso vaisaha, that is Upanishad Vakya. And the highest understanding of Krishna is when you understand Krishna as Akhila Rasamrita Murti. Personification. He is Mata, Data, Pitamaha, Vedyam, Pavitra Monkara, Hariksa, Mayurevata. You name a relationship. You can have it with Krishna. You want father, Krishna can be your father. You want him to be your brother, he can be your brother. He can be anybody for you. All relationships are perfectly manifest in Krishna.
So, Prabhu, this relationship, eternally, it is only one relationship, is it? Like, if I am drawn to Krishna as my friend, then he plays only that role eternally with my soul?
Yeah, that relationship, what is the actual relation with Krishna, will be revealed at the time when you reach the level of asakti. There's different stages in bhakti. Initially, we don't know, but by hearing the Bhagavatam, hearing the scriptures of the Acharyas, then we will naturally have a particular affection to a particular form of Krishna,
Okay.
depending on the rasa. So that will reveal the Asakti. Now it is not revealed at
I see.
present.
Okay.
Influence the modes of nature.
Okay. So, Prabhu, reading the translation of 36th verse here. Although the queen's beautiful smiles and furtive glances were all spotless and exciting, and although they could conquer Cupid himself by making him give up his bow in frustration, and although even the tolerant Shiva could fall victim to them, still, despite all their magical feats and attractions, they could not agitate the senses of the Lord. So, how does this verse describe the supreme divine position of Krishna in comparison to other conditioned souls, even great souls like Shiva, Lord Shiva?
So the question is, how is it that Krishna is transcendental when he's enjoying with the sense objects? So the answer is given in this verse by saying that Amalavalgu Hasa, Vidavaloka, Uddhama Bhava, they're all directed for Krishna. Then what happened because of this? He was completely captivated by them. But in spite of that, Sammohya Chapam Majahat Pravadottama Pravadottama, who is Ramada, who is Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva, his senses are never agitated.
Okay.
Same way here, Krishna, in spite of all these beautiful queens, he was completely detached. His senses are also not agitated. He was reciprocating with them for their pleasure. So that is the nature of Krishna. But on the other hand, it is not the same with the gopis of Vrindavan. Krishna becomes agitated. That shows that the superiority of the love that the gopis had for Krishna than this queen.
Nice. So, Prabhu, I was hoping to cover the next chapter as well, the birth of Emperor Parikshit, but looks like we'll have to skip that because it'll take too much time. But however, my Brahmastra theme was going to be based on that because Parikshit's Jatakarma, Namakarana was going to happen. And Parikshit means the one who examines. So I was going to ask you, the theme was going to be what's in a name. So if you're okay, we'll still have to go with that theme only, Prabhu, because that is what I'm prepared for.
Yeah, no problem.
So basically, I'll be giving you a list of names from Mahabharata, Ramayana, Bhagavatam. So if you can please give the meaning of their names, these glorious personalities.
Oh, you are the toughest of all the Brahmastras. I'm very poor in these names. And I'm not a Sanskrit scholar too. Okay.
So actually, you're very good. I think you will do exceptionally well based on what I know. So the very first name, Prabhu, Dhruva.
He is firm in determination.
Very nice. Prahlada.
Prakrishta Rupena Hlada. Hlada means bliss and who is experiencing complete bliss in Krishna consciousness.
Beautiful. Hiranyakashipu.
Hiranya means cold, Kashipu means bad, one who is interested in wealth and women.
Okay. Bhishma.
One who is very ferocious.
Okay.
And also refers to one who is very firm in his vow.
Okay. Kumbhakarna.
Kumbha and Karna.
What like you?
Not like ears.
What about his brother Ravana?
Ravayati Ravana, one who makes others cry.
Oh, okay. Bharata.
Pranad Bharata, one who is carrying the burden of responsible seva to Lord Ramachandra.
Lakshmana.
Lakshmana Lakshmivardhana, one who is enhances the auspiciousness in others because he is a personification of auspiciousness.
Okay. Shatrughna.
Shatrugno Nitya Shatrugna, one who destroys enemies, especially he destroyed the enemy of something in their heart, that is lust, anger, greed, etc.
Oh, nice, very nice. Jarasandha.
Jara Sandhi. Jara means again it becomes Sandhi. You join. His body would join. You remove two parts, again it joins. That's how he got the name Jarasandha.
Okay. That's why Krishna told him throw it in the opposite direction so it will not come back and join.
Opposite direction. Yeah.
Okay. Duryodhana.
Actually, his name was Suyodhana.
Oh,
But everybody used
really?
to call him Duryodhana.
Oh,
Yeah. His name is Suyodhana. It's because his activities became Duryodhana. First, Duryodhana has many meanings. All the meanings is one who cannot be conquered in Yuddha. Other Dur also refers to Dushta, one who did the war because of evil intention.
Okay. Dasharatha.
Of course, one who had a Ratha, whose chariot, he would drive the Ratha in 10 different directions. He had the ability to do that.
Okay. Yashoda.
One who gives fame to others. Yashoda. So that's how she became Yashoda. Actually, Krishna is Yashoda's son, but Devi became famous as mother of Krishna. So that's why she gave Yash to Devaki. That is why she became Yashoda.
Oh, beautiful. Okay. Krishna.
Harshayati Krishna. Prishudbhuvacha Shabdo Nisthanivrittivachakaha. Krish means attraction. Na means enjoyment. One who attracts everyone, gives pleasure to everyone. Like that.
Saving the best for the last. Radha.
Rasamandala Dhavati iti Radha. Ra, of course, many meanings for that. One of the meanings which there in one of the Puranas is the moment she manifested from the heart of Krishna. First, about the eternal, but as a story. She saw Krishna and then ran from the Rasa Mandala to get a flower for Krishna. So that is the Rasa Mandala. Dhavati means ran. So one who is fully in love for Krishna, what I can offer to Krishna, that is the mood of Srimad Bhagavatam.
Fantastic, Prabhu. See, I told you were going to do exceptionally well and you did. So, Prabhu, you're like an encyclopedia of scriptural knowledge and so many other things. So, I'm definitely going to revisit this episode at least once or twice. There's so much that you have covered. I would definitely want to go back and take notes. So, thank you, Prabhu, being so generous with your wisdom and time. So, thank you, dear devotees, for joining us week after week. I'm hoping that you are continuing to relish them. So, next week, because what happened was the sages wanted to know about the birth and activities of Parikshit. Looks like there was a little detour here. We went so many different topics. But now in the next chapter, the sages are going to bring back Sutta Goswami to talk about Maharaj Parikshit's birth. So we will witness this glorious event, the birth of Maharaj Parikshit, the listener of Srimad Bhagavatam. So all that and more coming up in the next episode. Stay tuned. And as always, stay inquisitive and stay Krishna conscious. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.